our last video, we talked about all the different places people can live. Cities, mountains, and more. And in those different places, maybe you live in an apartment, or a house, or out on a farm. And just like people, animals have their own homes. Birds, for example, live in nests in trees. And though some cats might live outside, many love to curl up on your bed and call it their own. And honeybees live in hives with many of their kind. But where do jelly things live? Well, they live in beautiful flower cabins. These cabins are made of flowers, leaves, sticks, and more. And there's usually petals and smoke coming from the chimney, and a soft, warm yellow glow through the windows, great for a cozy, cold night. Today, in the final part of our Paper Playset series, we'll be moving on to Paper Playset 3, building our own flower cabin. So if you're ready to wrap up our big paper playset project and give your jelly things their very own cozy home, then let's begin. For this project, you'll need the following supplies: kid-safe craft scissors, tape or glue, your choice of watercolors, crayons, markers, or colored pencils. You'll also need either blank sheets of paper or a copy of my craft PDF. This can be found by going to my website, linked below, and clicking on the Free Crafts tab, and select the third PDF titled Build a Flower Cabin. So once you have either your blank sheets of paper or your printed PDF, and all your chosen crafting supplies, it's time to begin with step number 1. Let's begin by choosing our cabin outline. You can either draw your own or, like me, look through some of the pre-made ones. I'm choosing the cabin found on page 4. This cabin has a nice fluffy outline that shows the texture of leaves, already pre-made for you. And once you've taken the time to carefully choose your cabin, let's begin by coloring in the base colors. I'm going in with watercolors, and remember, if you're using watercolors or markers, make sure to have a blank piece of paper underneath so your table doesn't get all messy. You'll see I'm beginning with a light green all over the base of my cabin. I'll also be going in with a brown for the door and the chimney and a yellow for the window. So take your time to choose your colors, and once you're ready, you can join me. And with a few final touches, my base watercolors are done. How's yours looking so far? If you use watercolors or markers, make sure to give at least 10 minutes of drying time before you move on to our next part. So once we've made sure our watercolors are all dry, I'm going to go in with some markers to outline my cabin shape. This helps to give more definition to the leaves. and a stronger border. I'll also be using a brown marker soon to draw lines that'll look like sticks for my chimney and my door. What ideas do you have so far? I wonder, is there anyone out there making a green fluffy cabin like me? Is anyone making a cabin themed after your own jellies? Is anyone making an icicle cabin? What about a cabin bursting with colors? What about one made with glitter? You'll have to let me know what you're choosing for your cabin. For now, let's get back to all of our coloring and designing. And after finishing up my windows, I am all done with my base cabin. Now it's time to cut them out, if you want to. Another fun idea could be to build a whole landscape behind your cabin, like we did in video number 3, and then your jellies would have 2 playsets to play on. But if you want yours as a standalone like me, you can join me in cutting it out when you're ready. Remember, as always, use very careful hands and very careful fingers. And with the final cuts done, it's time to move on to step 2. Let's accessorize. On pages 5 to 9 of the PDF is where you'll find a whole selection of pre-made accessories for you to choose from. As always, there are some that can print in color, or there's some that you can color in your own. There's also some crochet rugs you can use, and of course some more flower and leaf shapes. For myself, I'm going to begin by coloring in the large flowers. I'm going to color in quite a few so that I have plenty to cover my cabin. Take your time planning and choosing what you want for your cabin, and when you're ready, you can begin coloring along with me. Because I colored in so many flower shapes, I cut the video a bit just to save some time, but you can see how many I colored in for my cabin right there. Lastly, I'm going to be choosing one of the crochet rugs. What are some final accessories you're going to color in for your cabin? And with a few final cuts, all of my accessories are ready. It's time, of course, to put everything together. Are you ready for step 3? Let's decorate. Now it's time to get out either our tape or our glue and begin putting everything together. I recommend testing out the placement of your flowers and other accessories before you commit them to paper. This way you can make sure you like it before it's permanently stuck to your cabin. I'm also going to be using a collection of pressed flowers and leaves. Like I mentioned in my other videos, this is completely optional. What ideas do you have for your cabin? Are you hand drawing everything? Or did you decide to cut things out like I did? Is anyone else using pressed flowers and plants? Or are you going to make everything yourself? And after adding my few final sticks, and of course a flower as the doorknob, I'm all done. What do you think? I'm so proud of you and all the hard work you put into this. It was a lot of coloring, a lot of crafting, a lot of cutting. But it was so worth it to give your jellies their own cozy flower cabin to call home. Look how happy they are. And now we can put everything together and your jellies have their whole entire world to play in. You've officially completed your entire paper playset. You made your jellies, your jelly wings, your landscape background, and of course, our cozy flower cabin. But did you know that the story's only just begun? And now is the time to bring your characters to life. What adventures are they going to have in their new world? What kind of friends are they going to have? Are you going to design even more worlds for them to explore? The possibilities are endless, and I can't wait to see and hear about all the adventures you and your jellies are going to go on.